lovely screen. That's charming. Hello, everybody. My name's Matt Manhattan. You can see me on a green. Yeah, green today. I have a great green blob. Let me fix that. Lovely technology. Why don't you introduce the fine stream here, DM Next, while we
So we have this green screen guy working with me on this lovely game, and yeah, hopefully he apparates at some point. He's going to use some techno magic, so maybe he'll get to be first-rank technomancer by the end of the evening. We're picking up with the story of...
We're playing Starfinder now.
Maybe we should. We're playing these characters you see below our pictures, and you see the pictures of them through this adventure in the forest that is a deep, dangerous, dark forest in a setting that we're working on homebrewing and creating, and it's one I came up with partially and asked Matt if you'd help me come up with making it a more fun catastrophe. And it's been wonderful so far.
Yep, it has. Being good. Being very good. Alright.
Okay.
Would you do me a kindness and
get you the link?
Maybe just Discord me again, just in case it's broken.
I'm wondering if it switched. But there you go.
Top. Yeah. There we are. Good. Here I am.
Techno Wizardry rank 1.
Alright. With some tech support help. Alright, so yes, we are back for some Eòlas. We have our lovely characters here. Now the other one isn't right either, because why would it be? Why would it be DMX?
I mean,
you can't possibly like.
I don't know, man. I've had a day myself, so you know.
So what I might do,
let alone with anyone else.
Open a new source. And we're gonna swap out. Has that refreshed it? Yes, it has. Good. Okay.
We good?
Yep. Okay. So, last time on Eòlas, we were here in the Forlorn Forest. We helped a group of spider people known as Zanadi against some very pestilent fungi that were releasing spores upon death.
It was crazy.
And upon defeating them and saving, was it all the Zanadi? Yeah, it was all of them. They invited us back to their little community, where they appreciated our first aid assistance, and where we learn a little bit more about what's going on here, and where we let them know what we're doing and what we're trying to do, at least in the search for food. They also let us know that the spiders that we encountered over this big chasm have a language, and that possibly they can be talked to, but to this point we have not been able to learn that language or any words therein. We found it a bit hard to pick up, at least initially.
Yeah, we all kind
We
of
thought that if we were
butchered
going to
it pretty
cross
bad.
back over, like it might be a good idea to learn even just a word or two. Would have been helpful, but apparently it's really difficult. Or we're just distracted by other things. Who knows? One of these things.
Or all the above, yeah.
And we have a cart that's either being made or has been made. I can't remember which one it was, but the Anadi are helping us by constructing a cart with which to move the food, the meat that we have managed to procure off the bison that were gathered down at the local drinking pond. Have I missed anything?
No, I think you pretty well summed it up there. That was pretty good.
Welcome in. Welcome in, Silver. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Always appreciate it.
Indeed.
Cool. So that's where we are at the moment. So, checking in with you then, how far is this car away as far as time? Are we going to have to sleep? It's probably a good plan, if we haven't already anyway, to have a full rest. I'm not sure if we did that. Let's have a quick looky.
We had talked about
We have not.
creating a device to allow us to carry a little bit more via, it's not a wagon, a primitive sled that allows them to carry a bit more because they're dragging instead of carrying.
Yeah.
So we were talking about that, because you can drag more than you can carry. So they had that procured.
Yes.
So they can carry more of the bison than they'd otherwise be able to.
Indeed. Very good. And is that under construction, or do we have it now?
They had finished it for us.
Okay.
Because they had done it that day while we were harvesting the bison. And then the next morning we were leaving. Yeah. Sorry if I'm looking off the screen. I'm trying to think and remember things.
No,
So,
no, you're good. You're good.
Just thought I'd make sure
Excellent. All right,
viewers
so we
knew that
have
I'm not
that.
trying to like ignore.
little-
I'm just thinking.
Yeah. Little cart sled thing. And yeah, we are going to have a full rest if they don't mind. If
Yeah.
the Anadi don't mind.
Yeah, they said we could stay there for the day as we harvested and prepared, and they also told us that plant that Nishmiko knows about, that they said they could use to help cover up the smell of the meat, because having a bunch of fresh meat is a big view of attracting predators. Fresh meat.
All right. it's good to be on the lookout for that then. Wonderful. So, upon waking up in the morning, we know that we need to get a move on and start heading home. So, unless you have anything extra, I'm going to move us up this way. Is there anything else that you want to do or say on this map?
No. Okay.
Okay. So, we will make our way back through the forest to the only sort of crossing that we have, which is where those spiders were.
Yep.
Did the Anadi maybe give us anything that we could, or ideas of maybe if we can harvest something in the natural resources around to appease the spiders and maybe communicate through just not words but through gifts?
That hadn't been brought up last time. So they hadn't. Potentially something they could have done. I will let you make a judgment call on that, as I am dealing with a small human.
Okay. Well, let's say that we haven't done that, because we didn't. And we face this very large rope bridge again. We know that it is sufficient for crossing, as we have done that once before. Hello, small human.
She's twisting and turning and now spewing because she's bending herself so much. Instead of, cooperating with me.
Ah, yes. No, it has to be bending and twirling and...
You have to double
do all the
over as
things.
hard as you can to make yourself, spit up your food, because why would you not? Why would you be calm and gentle? Hey, can you chill a minute? No, of course not. All right, you lead the head. You lead for now because of this, and then I will step in more momentarily.
All right. And so, as we begin to cross, we see one of these spiders standing on the rope bridge in clear view, which is unusual because when we came upon them last time, they struck from a hidden and
Something just
hiding
happened.
perspective and kept on phasing out and reappearing elsewhere. And this one is in clear view instead of hiding or otherwise ethering, I guess. Ethereal step is in clear view and seems to be standing upon the rope bridge. And seems to be watching us carefully as we cross in full view of us. It does have a single gossamer thread that is attached to the large knuckle of this massive skeletal hand that covers that crosses the chasm, but is not hanging upon it. Instead, is stood upon the rope bridge with that gossamer thread attached, just in case things do not go well for it. But still, it is perhaps not as expected and not as what happened last time. So
Sounds good. That would be very odd. So, animal handling, would you say, to figure out what's going on with it, or perception? Now I can't hear you.
he did not know that these creatures had language, because they did not speak. And something that I have here, now that he knows, is his animal order, I believe. Let me just see. I'm pretty sure we have, yes, we have here. Animal empathy under voice of nature. You have a connection to the creatures of the natural world that allows you to communicate with them on a rudimentary level. You can ask questions of, receive answers from, and use the diplomacy skill with animals. In most cases, wild animals will give you time to make your case. This is something that he has. He has not used yet, but it's something that he has. And so Nashmiko would say to his companions, it looks that we have some sort of difference in what might be happening here. Let me see if I can perhaps communicate. Watch my back. And he will step forward. He will move to here just so that I can still see him. Sort of neutral ground in between the spider and the party, closer to the party than the spider. He will be unarmed, and he will attempt to use his voice of nature, animal empathy, to communicate on a rudimentary level, ask questions of, receive answers from, and use the diplomacy skill upon this other spider. Now, he's not very good at diplomacy. In fact, he does not really have very much, but he is just going to start to attempt to speak to this creature using this ability that he has. And I will roll to see, perhaps just on the D20, how he does. Low will be not so great, and high will be decent. On the D20, I have no modifier, so it's just a flat roll, pretty much. And we rolled low, so we didn't do especially well. But the other spider does understand, at least, because it literally says he can communicate. Whether he does a good job of it or not is a thing. Now, something that I need to tell you in relation to this, and then potentially because there might be a difference in the response that you are thinking, given that you created these creatures and not me, I have given them an additional layer of story which I have not informed you of. And so, in the background, something is the reason for their attack here, above and beyond hunger. Hunger is probably part of it, and that's how you described it when we had that attack. But there is another element that maybe has even happened between us crossing and not, I don't know, but it's up to you if you want to weigh in on that and how much this makes sense to you. But something has happened, and that is that a number of their kind have been taken by another creature and have been essentially against their will are gone at the moment. And maybe they've had time to investigate. I'll let you decide whether they have had time to investigate or not. But what they know and what has irritated them so much in an above and beyond being hungry is that some of their kind have been forcibly taken.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what would be a valid option of creature or thing to acquire them, as you put it.
So I have a story that I am going to be telling here as to what that is. So, but why I'm presenting you a blank check for the moment is so that you decide whether they have investigated this to find out what's happening, or whether they haven't had time or opportunity to do so, basically.
I think they would at least some.
Okay.
How far, I don't know, but they would at least some. And it would make sense if it was their young, because they're more easily manipulated and acquired than full grown, right?
Absolutely. Yep. That makes sense to me. So, these spiders have managed to find out, and we don't know this yet, our characters don't know this yet.
Maybe it's their egg sac.
The egg sac, whatever. So what they know, not we, what they know is that a humanoid style creature, a bipedal creature that looks like a human or an elf, has come by darkness and has taken them. They followed along at a distance, not because they hadn't been aware of it, or they didn't really know what to expect. And they saw a creature feeding upon their young, a humanoid bipedal creature feeding upon their young.
Sounds good.
And this creature was able
I can see that.
to get away.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't quite hear the question.
Yeah, no, I said I could see that. I was pondering and evaluating
And so
But yeah, that works.
things are a little more involved for them than they perhaps were. And that is why I have them in this different position. And that may
Makes sense.
influence how they respond to this pretty, frankly, poor diplomacy check.
I would think based on that poor diplomacy check, they would communicate roughly back with him. You're rejected, return with our young, and kind of gesture back the opposite way, probably towards where the culprit was, because all bipedals are the same. And most of us are bipedals, right? If you think about from an animal concept, right? They're spider kind.
Yes.
All evil bipedals are kind of the same, right? Like lizards consider all warm bloods the same, right? Oh, smooth skins or, you know, whatever. So I think it would make sense that they kind of consider humanoids as the problem. They may not be able to tell as well one humanoid from another.
So they're demanding the return
So I think
of
it would
their
make
young.
sense that they're like, go and bring our children back. Yeah.
Okay. Nishimiko will look confused, obviously, because he doesn't know that this has happened. And he'll turn to his companions and he'll say, friends, it seems that something has taken these creatures young. They are demanding for their return. I do not know where they are, but they've gestured in that direction.
I guess then mayhaps we go and investigate. No one deserves to lose their young.
They're just beasts. But if we must across, fine.
Nishimiko will incline his head towards the spider and will acquiesce and say, we will look into it. Do our best. I think the spider would raise its its legs in a threatening manner to show that it means business as far as this goes, and then will climb up its web and watch carefully as we
basically get positioned to attack.
Yeah, Spider won't be
Sort
here
of
for
thing,
long,
yeah.
buddy. We're telling a story here. Yeah, and is gesturing off to the north.
It's not a normal spider, so at least there's that for him, right?
Right.
It's an ethereal shifting spider.
One that can vanish into another plane of existence. Nothing terrifying about that at all. It's good to see you, Cruel Fang. I hope you're doing well today.
Spider that can disappear and reappear? Yeah.
And so, yeah, we start to head to the
Welcome, cool
north.
thing.
Are we, I'm
That's
guessing
probably
that
the only
we
reason
might...
that they didn't.
Sorry?
I was gonna say that's probably the only reason they didn't attack us and think it was absolutely us is because we came from the wrong direction.
We were on the wrong side. Yeah.
Right. Well, I guess it couldn't be you, even though you're one of those nasty two legs. Yeah.
Good to hear that you're feeling a little bit better, buddy. Almost over the flu. That's good to hear.
Almost over the flu.
Yeah, the flu is not nice. So, yeah, hopefully you continue on a more healthy
Any
trajectory.
diseases.
Mm.
Oof.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. DM's doing all right. You know, family things, hard life. You know. All right, and
Same
so
like
we will
Eòlas'
travel north. I think might need to make perception or survival checks as we travel to see if we can figure out what's happened with these.
Probably.
Yeah. So Nishmiko will do some survival. Oh, wow. Righto.
Wow. He may not be able to talk, but he can sure track.
Yeah. So, Hist will immediately pick up on something and will be all a quiver, actually. He is not his normal self. He darts back and forward and seems to be reluctant. Miko will sort of bring him in, talk calming words to him. But you can imagine his position to be similar to a horse who has just seen a rattlesnake or heard a rattlesnake and just being like...
Interesting.
Yeah. So Hist is not okay, but
Hey,
Nishmiko
lizard,
is dealing
what's
with
wrong
it.
with your lizard?
He is not a lizard.
Got it, lizard. What is he then? A reptile?
More akin to a bird with scales, friend. And yes,
Bird brain,
I
got
know.
Lizard,
doesn't
what's going on?
have-
Bird brain.
Yeah, so in response to...
Nizaru is a... I mean, he's an orc. He's an orc. Why would he be nice, right?
He is going to respond by saying... Something has hissed spooked, and I can say it has been a long time since I've seen hissed this spooked. I do not know what is out there, but this is not a good sign. But he will be able to follow it. And we're giving thanks to Dice Grimorium for the following map here. As we go into the marshland, well, they've called it a marsh, but it's a deeper forest than what we have seen. It's darker.
It's
and
deep, dark, nasty forest.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good map.
Yes. And something that you immediately will, or pretty quickly at least, notice is all around this map, you will see these little glowy greenish yellow kind of dots. Those are moving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Those are moving. And they seem to be like a sickly kind of greenish glow. And they seem to hover about. They're kind of like, you know, very annoying blowflies that you can't, like, you try and shoo them away, but they just sort of cling to you. And, like, they're not, like, surrounding us or being aggressive. They're just kind of, like, everywhere. And they're just sort of hanging listlessly in the air and then just sort of floating before our faces. And when they touch your skin, your hair on your skin, like sort of razors, and you feel like a shiver go through your body. It just does not, it's just not feeling nice or natural.
Interesting. Nishimiko, do you know what these things are?
As we move our way, he will make a check to see if he does. Nature.
I mean, they divert to him since he's the nature one, right?
He watches carefully, and he says, "It's a corruption. How to explain? I don't know what has made these this way, but this is not their normal state. They are normally vibrant. They are normally active, playful even. We call them dancing lights. But they are not normally this color. They are not normally... do not normally feel this way. Something has changed them."
That does not sound positive. Is there a way to undo it? Ah, let's just kill him.
Unknown. We will have to investigate further. They are just insects, really. They will die quickly, just like slapping a mosquito off you. They are nothing.
Nizaro will immediately start trying at demons
Harmless.
that get nearby. I don't need no corruption. Get rid of the vile things.
Yeah, if he contacts them with his skin, it'll feel weird to him, but they don't hurt.
He probably would have gloves, and based on his picture, he had some sort of glove on. So
Okay.
he'd be swatting him with that, or with his sword. But he probably gets a little bit on him.
There seems to
at
be
some point.
there seems to be a larger gathering of these things surrounding a out of place tree that we can see through the mixture of trees. This one is, it's not quite in a clearing, but it does seem to have a significant amount of space between it and the others, and it seems to have no foliage on it. But instead of foliage, you see traces of gossamer thread that have been ripped and seem to be hanging listlessly on the branches, caught in the wind, fraying, dying. Yeah.
Interesting. Nishimiko,
And
do you
yeah,
want to
there are
lead the
many
way
of
through
these
here?
little... Says, well, whether I want to or not is not the point. I will.
Well, it's either that or...
This is where... Yes, this is where the young went with whoever took them. So if we are to investigate, this is where we need to go.
Well, I don't know why we're caring about what a
He
bunch of
won't.
sputters have to say. You're all strange, lugging our meat all over the woods for some stinking sputter.
It is not that far out of reach, but understood, yes. Perhaps it is not the best course of action, but they did let us pass. Seem to be in some distress. Perhaps they will not be quite so violent against those that have helped them in the future.
Perhaps. Or maybe they'll just eat more people for the fun of it. But we'll go with your theory of beneficial aspect. I say slay the monsters and be done with it. Onward then. Nishmiko, do not let him get to you. You
Okay.
should press on and find that.
Yep. Alright, as we continue on, you begin to see in your mind's eye and just in the portents and signs around you, visceral images of your own deaths as you are traveling forward. These hover in your mind's eye. I am going to, as these begin to play upon our imaginations, begin an encounter, and I'm gonna have us roll initiative.
Nope. We added her on there twice. Somehow.
Oops.
It's all good.
Just roll one of them.
There we go. I had the carousel to make things easier for us so we could chat and others the rolling window, but yet still have
Yeah,
control for
mine's
the turns.
formatted a bit differently.
I see that.
Okay, so spectral faces appear before you, before all of us. We see these spectral faces, mourning, frightening visions of death. Nishmiko freezes, just like, hold up. Don't know if you see what I see. Something is out there. He will try to figure out what this thing might be. Because it's very strange. Okay. Well, he certainly knows it's not occultistic. He knows that it's a haunt, religious. Oh no, occultism will actually be fine, but that's not enough. So he actually doesn't know anything. He seems very off guard. He will call Hist with one of his actions to come up here, and Hist is like looking around, seems nervous, seems to be shaking a bit, but will follow Nishmiko's direction, trusting in his guidance. And for Nishmiko's final action, he is going to seek. He doesn't know what's out here. He doesn't know what's going on. He thinks that maybe something's lying in wait. So he's going to make a perception check.
Wow.
As he looks around, he sees that his companions, all of you, have ephemeral masks with horns, tusks, and yellow eyes over their faces.
Awesome.
And he feels that there is something very wrong here, and he will point that out. And that is his turn. So it is the malicious spirit's turn. They have a routine. 3 actions on their initiative. Uses its first 2 actions to attempt to terrify a random target in its area that is not already frightened. Because of this, I'm going to make Nishmiko already frightened.
Okay.
And given that Kamuzu is kind of closer, I'm going to target him. And so I'm going to pop up this will save.
Awesome.
And I need need you to do that for me, Kamuzu. So that's 1 action, and then so you're okay. Oh, you've got some cool things there. And then, given that Hist is a creature, Hist will also need to make the check, because he's also close. Will also succeed. On a success, you are frightened 1. So there's the frightened.
Awesome.
There's the frightened. And with its last action, so on its initiative, uses first 2 actions to attempt to terrify a random target, then spends an action to compel one of the creatures that it is frightened to harm itself with surrounding forest debris. Its strength fueled by spirit possession. The creature must make another will save. I'm going to do this against Nishmiko since he was the first one into the area.
Okay.
So I'm going to have him make that will save. He fails. And he strikes itself during its turn as a first action. So on his turn, next turn, Nishmiko will spend his first action hitting himself with that. So we'll try to remember that. We don't know that that's happened, but that is what has happened. Kamuzu. We won't know until Nishmiko's next turn, which is next round. So he just looks like really spooked right now. And you're seeing these visions because you are affected by the frightened. You are seeing your companions with ephemeral masks, with horns and tusks and yellow eyes over their faces. And visions of death. Horrifying, awful, bad.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
I think he's going to do a religion check to try to resolve this. Can do. As its spirit. May be wrong, but
Seems
reasonable, yeah.
So with this, he does actually know that this is a haunt, so it is spiritual in nature. However, he doesn't believe that he has successfully calmed them down or exorcised them. You believe that you can use occultism, religion, diplomacy, nature, any of those things to affect this in different ways. Occultism and religion would be used to exorcise the spirits that you can clearly see. You can lower the DC or mentally damage the spirits by using diplomacy checks. Nature checks will allow you to use Kami-specific warding incantations. And
since he already did religion,
yeah, you believe that those are different ways.
I think it's going to do something different because it would make more sense to do different things instead of the same thing all the time. Even though that realistically would be the best thing.
Ooh.
Points wise, there you go. He's
Nature
going to
check
try
to use
3
specific warding incantation.
And I
Yeah,
guess we'll
so
go for that. And that's
so let's see. 2 of those. To use for warding incantations. Yeah, so he's succeeded at 1 warding incantation.
Yep.
He believes it's going to take a bit more,
Yep.
but he's made progress.
And that's his turn. So
Does he say anything to the others?
yeah, no, he informs the others of the aspects. So this is a haunt that indeed can be subjugated with different aspects, and we'll pass on those details. Yes, have him move up because it makes sense that he would do that. And have him do diplomacy. Oh. Big bad
Wow.
beasts. You're unwanted.
Diplomacy
Unneeded in this
has calm spirits. Yeah, so given that we've made a successful ward and a successful calm, that's actually a critical success. Nazaru will notice that the ephemeral visages will start to dissipate. But he does notice something. He notices that many of these shining green lights seem to be gathering in his peripheral, not along this tree like they were, but they seem to be all gathering around here through the forest, and they seem to be like all swarming together for some weird purpose. And
He'll point it out. Like, Nishimiko, what is going on over there?
but this is dealt with, so that one's done. Move it away.
Okay.
I do not know. It's not their usual behavior. So we'll stay in initiative, and because that's happening, I'm going to roll initiative for this. Cool. That seems about right, actually. So Nazaru, does Nazaru do anything else in this situation? So he's successfully done a diplomacy check, right? Yes. And only a diplomacy check, so he has a few more actions.
So I guess Nishimiko would move up, or not Nishimiko, Nizaru would move up and take a defensive preparation, not knowing what's going on, after pointing that out to Nishimiku.
Fair enough. Willow will be like, so, do you think we should do something about that then? Seems like something's going on. She will move toward it. 15, 30. So that's one move. I believe she's got 30. Yes, she does. 10, 15, maybe to about here. And she will defensively raise her shield, just in case bad things happen.
Because we learned that raising shield
She
is
looks
always
off
a good
into
option.
at the light, which is here. She's looking at it. She's like, whatever you are, if you can understand me, just dissipate and nothing bad needs to happen. That's not a check. That's just what she says.
Yep.
Because she's already had her actions.
Pre-dialogue, not
Miko,
diplomacy or anything.
Yeah, it's just like, so, can you not do bad things, please? Please?
Oh, would Kazumo still be
25
frightened since he
feet.
finished his turn, or that would have went down by 1 at the end of his turn?
It would have gone down by 1, yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5. And Miko will move into Willow's aura, and he will have Hist move into Willow's aura also, but try and be like forward of us.
Okay.
That is all that he can do. And at that point, the confluence of green lights fuses together. They all fuse together. And you see a shining green being emerge, beacon of light, and it will move up. Actually, fear would have gone away here as well, and here as well, because he did take his turn. It will move up. And it does seem to have been moving toward Hist while he was afraid, but he's not anymore. It will make a strike against Hist. It rolls terribly. But you see almost a tendril of electrical energy emanating off it. It's green though, instead of any other color that it might have been. But it sort of zaps, flicks in the air, almost like a whip, making a crackling sound, crackling sound. His manages to avoid it. And then it will... Is this... become invisible.
Of course.
So it's just like... Shoo! Yeah, we haven't had enough of those things, right?
Right. I mean, it's not like you experience what they're like as well. Which... It's understandable why it gets frustrating when you're playing against that and, like, you don't have tools that can get it, right?
Yep. So, Kamuzu, having experienced things that go invisible or otherwise recently, what is he thinking and doing as he deals with this yet again?
Take a huge dump in the forest, because that's what a horse would do.
Yep.
I'm trying to think. Let's see, 35. Need to move up, that's for sure. Being very unhappy. He's going to move up and raise shield. Kind of taunt the thing. Not that it'll be successful. And that's 3 actions. Zara's gonna move up. Trying to start surrounding the thing, but he needs defense, so he is also going to use a means of defense in preparation to parry.
Nice.
Hello?
Willow will attempt to enter her stance to inspire us martially and succeeds. Grants you +1 to attack rolls and saves against mental effects. She will then move up. And she will seek. Oh no, she will raise her shield. Oh, she should seek, but that's okay. She will raise her shield. And that is all she can do. Jamiko is going to seek. Perception.
Would have done that with mine, but I figured I needed to get within range. 31, beautiful.
He will point this out, and so instead of invisible, it will just be, I think, hidden with point out. Let me just double check that.
So you can at least target it.
Creature is undetected by one or more of your allies, but isn't undetected by you. You indicate that you can see that creature is hidden rather than undetected. So you still have to pass a check, but you know that it is right there.
And that leaves him 1 action. Does he want to have hissed, or does he gonna do something else?
Let's have a look at his spells here. He might just No, Hist is right there, so he'll have Hist try to hit it. So he needs to pass a flat check. Which succeeds. And a strike. Which misses. 22 misses. And another successful. And another miss. So, Hist takes 2 bites or talons at this thing. Jaws, yep. Trying to collide with it. It just bounces out of the way. So it's its turn. So, in this effect, with another use of this action, if it uses shock effect while invisible, lets any observer determine you making the will-o-wisp only hidden to observers until it moves. So we can just stay invisible. That's kind of awful.
That's cheap.
Nothing's hit it. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you roll me a d4? It's going to be just a clock. Who it's going to try to shock. Given that no one's hit it. Okay. So it's going against... There.
Yay.
Misses. The arc of the electricity lets any observer determine its location, so it's hidden to all observers only, instead of invisible. Okay, well, it's got bad dice. Kamuzu?
At least it's taking a turn of rolling well and making it roll bad, right? Let's be happy.
It's still kind of hard to see this thing, but you definitely saw the trajectory of that green electricity. Very, very odd.
It's gonna move here, flank. Flanking is good. Does he need a flat check to target
Flanking
it?
is good. Yes. It's hidden.
So he needs to either make a flat check or he
You
needs to
can
see.
seek it. Yeah, to make it concealed instead, which will reduce the flat check from a 10 to a 5.
Okay. And what would the... It's a perception
This thing
check, right?
cheats.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
Perception check. Okay. Sorry. My brain after today.
Cool.
Yeah,
It's a
all right,
DC
27.
5 now to target it instead of a DC 10.
So it's still, though.
Nope. There you go. So this will be at multiple attack penalty, but you do get to see it, and we miss, even while flanked. Yikes!
Welcome to me
This
playing.
is a comedy of errors. Comedy of errors. All right. Nazaru? You see this thing and it just dodges, like, that was a really accurate hit from Kamuzu. That's like 23. That would have hit anything. that we have fought so far.
Just about.
I think. Just trying. Yeah, pretty much. So it's very accurate. You saw it, and you were sure that was going to hit. Especially because
dodgy.
it's flanking. And you can see that it's flanking.
It's dodgy.
Freaking invisible, hidden bullshit.
Why is
Sure.
use not working? All right, I'm gonna have to take a look at that. I believe
Probably
that
'cause
would
it's hidden.
pass. Yeah. So it has no resistances or weaknesses.
So
So
yeah,
he'll say
the
that.
text says a creature you can see.
Oh. He can't see it even though it's been pointed out? Okay. Well, then I guess he needs to seek first.
It is hidden. He knows what square it's in. Man. This is
Okay.
a circus.
So apparently I just don't do anything, because the dice have been that I do nothing.
Howdy, Ezreal. We are up against some hootin' shenanigans here, as this thing just is dodgy as all.
Yeah,
heck.
dodgy meaning dicey.
It's just one will-o-wisp, but it's just... It's dodging everything. It hasn't hit any of us, but we also haven't been able to hit it. It's been very annoying. Okay, so it's hidden. Can I do anything against that? If it hits, I can. If it hits one of my allies, I can absolutely do something. I'm waiting for it to do that so that I can freaking reveal it. Because that's what Lumilo does. Just waiting for that opportunity, but at the moment... Alright, so we are going to seek. That's enough.
Mm-hmm.
So flat check 5.
You got it.
That passes.
So your dice aren't spiteful
Strike.
and angry at you. That's good. Hopefully they continue. Hey, you hit.
Hit. For 9 points. And raise shield. Okay. So, we do 9 points of damage to the creature. Finally, after all of that. Nishmiko. Doesn't really have it. You can't see it. Our characters really aren't designed to see freaking hidden things. Oh, man. He's gonna make a perception check to see. He sees it. He doesn't know anything about it. But he needs to do something, so he's going to try and cast fear on it.
Sounds good.
because that will at least reduce its defenses, he hopes.
Right. So I will click him and...
Now, I need to look at something here. Of course.
Why do the dice against me so much?
Well, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Little do we know, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Oh, it's damage of that type? Never mind, yeah. Unaffected. I was just looking at the immunities that it has.
Okay.
You can't be affected by that condition or any effect of that type. I'm not sure what that actually means. I've been playing Pathfinder for
Which
4
thing are you
years,
talking about?
and I have no idea. Magic immunity? Is this immune to all magic?
Will-O-Wisp is immune to all spells except Force Barrage, Quandary, and Revealing Light. So I would say yeah. Because it says immune to all spells.
Okay.
I believe this counts as a spell, does it not?
So yeah, it would not have... Absolutely it does. He didn't know this. So he didn't... Will-O-Wisp didn't need a save. It just
Wow.
does, whether it... Yeah. Nothing, yeah, this is horrible. Will-O-Wisp, and that's all his actions, because he
Yep. Yay.
made a seek. So Will-O-Wisp is going to roll another d4. It's going to be 3. It's going to be against Kamuzu. And it's going to make a shock. Zap. Okay, so before I do the damage, Willow is going to Flash of Grandeur. We're going to give you Champion's Resistance. And we're going to make it concealed instead of hidden. Because it now is under the effects of Revealing Light, which is one of the things that you listed that it's not immune to.
Yep. Which is good.
It is also dazzled. As a bright, shining beacon of light just illuminates over the top of it. And you see the Mark of Osiris, this eye, stylized eye appear. I think it's an eye, right, for Osiris? Anyway, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Here over it and highlight it. So now you can take that damage.
Awesome. And that was on zoom.
Kamuzu, who has the effect. Should have,
Yay.
yeah, so he only takes 15.
Wait a minute.
So that.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't have done. Sorry. I just remembered he has that. So he should have done that. And I would have. That would have prevented it from being a crit. wouldn't it? No, it wouldn't. Because that's 13. So he still would take the same. All right. All right, well, it was worth it. Sorry.
Yep. No, you're good. It has done one action, so it will do another action. Sees this coming in from Willow, so we'll retarget onto her, and needs to pass a flat check because dazzled. We're giving it its own bloody medicine. Passes. And a strike with map misses because she's got her shield raised. It's surrounded, is revealed. I think its final action will be moving. Fly 50. So.
Attack of opportunity. Because I'm allowed to do that.
The wrong thing. You sure are.
Technically, it's implement interruption, but you know, same difference.
Mm-hmm. So we'll move to here.
I'm serious. Oh.
Over to. It moves over to the tree. There's something about that tree. Something about that tree. Kamuzu? You were all surrounding it. And now it's over at that tree.
Take a
And you
nap
swear there's
because
something about that tree.
the dice don't want me to do anything. Immune to all spells would mean attack spells as well.
Attack spells? Like what?
That's not going to do anything. Well, just thinking like cantrips,
Means
like attacks.
If you target it,
It's
yes, that is a spell. Cantrip is a spell.
that's what I was saying. So all his
Yeah, it's
range
horrible.
capabilities are.
But also, we don't know that it's immune because he succeeded on his check, right? Nazaruk succeeded on his recall knowledge on this thing, right?
He did,
Way back when.
but he couldn't exploit
Was it a
invulnerability.
critical
He could
success?
only do recall knowledge. Yeah.
Okay. So we don't necessarily know that it's immune to spells.
I mean, we saw Nishmiko's thing fail.
We sure did. So what does he want to do then? This is a difficult situation. But sometimes those happen.
Nishmiko, should we continue to press the attack or should we move away?
There is something about that tree. Perhaps
So
if we
burn
were
it.
to leave it alone, it would stay there.
Okay.
Or
So
perhaps we
move
can
away?
burn it down. Yes, that would be
We'll
another
burn it
option.
down. I don't understand which one you're saying we should do. That's why I'm asking.
Can you isolate your fire so it doesn't catch around?
We do not want a forest fire in our hands.
I mean, the tree is fairly isolated. Other than that, no, I can't.
If we can isolate it, set it on fire. That's probably way more than he should be able to say, but let's have him say that cautiously fire might be good on tree, because there's something about that tree.
Because he'd have to use a torch to do it. That's why I was asking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't have fire in our repertoire outside of, flint and
So I guess he'll take
steel
a
and
torch and move up and stick it to the tree, because that's basically what Nishimiko said. Or did you say to move away?
He said, fire, why not? Let's try.
Okay, so yeah.
May as well
Use
try.
a torch.
And if it doesn't succeed, then move away, right?
Yeah.
It's worth a try. So he would have to, if he had his weapon drawn, he would have to swap with a single action to swap
Right.
to his torch.
Swap to torch.
He would have to light his torch with an action, and is moved.
Yep.
So that would be all of his actions. He would have the lit torch in his hand, but he wouldn't be able to interact with it on the tree just yet, because he doesn't have the actions. He's
Right.
not hasted. But yes, he can have a lit torch in his hand. Do you have torches on the character?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where you click the light the torch option.
It is here on
Okay.
the actions up the top.
Oh, well, I totally missed that. Cool, thank you.
That's okay. All right, so he's done all of his actions. Nazaru, you can see that Kamuzu has lit a torch, but he's been unable to set the tree on fire just yet.
He's going to move up to the thing. That means that expires. Ready to attack it, but
So
he
it's
is going
just concealed?
to... Right. So does that mean he can see it?
Means a flat 5. But yes. Yep.
Sorry, brain. There we
That's
go.
okay. Nice. Very nice.
So now he is aware of it, and he can personal antithesis on it. So that's all he has, though.
The Emperor's finest reporting.
There you go.
Personal antithesis. Sweet. Right, so Willow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
He's the beast slayer, so he's going to focus on being a beast slayer.
One, 2, 3. And she is going to, instead of raising her shield, She is going to try and hit it. She needs a +5. Passes. It's targeted. Whack. Nope.
Yay,
Yep. Nishmiko will move up to Kamuzu, interact with the torch, and interact with the tree. What do you want to roll for setting the tree on fire? How do you want to sort that?
I don't know. But yeah, he would let him take the torch if he wants to get and light it.
Yeah, that's what he wants to do. That's how he spends his turn. Move,
I don't know, what do you think?
interact.
Check for igniting it well. Hey lady, welcome.
Yeah, survival.
I'm just trying to think. It would make sense that there's some check on how it's done. Wow, yeah, no, it's ignited well.
So he sticks it right in there. Not a double entendre this time. And and gets it in there real good. Wobbles it around a bit. And moving on. Little wisp.
Yeah. Creates a ring of fire.
I think it's going after Nishmiko because Nishmiko is wobbling a
torch in the tree.
A torch in its tree. So it's going to move away, which provokes again. Provokes Nazaru's attack again. So feel free to just saw the trailer for Witcher 4.
Yep, I saw that.
The trailer for Witcher 4.
Apparently you're gonna be Ciri, it looks like,
The
for Witcher
game?
4. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
I mean,
She's
I
a
don't know
badass,
why.
but-
I don't know why they'd have Ciri be the next character, but it looks like that's what they're doing.
Okay, well, all right. Is Nazaru making a implements attack of opportunity thingy?
If he can. He can't, because you're not within 15. That's what I was trying to check. I was trying to remember what I was checking.
No, because it moved. It moved
Oh,
from here.
moved, yeah.
It moved from here to there.
I was thinking the amulet one, not the attack of opportunity one, but yes, he should do the attack of opportunity one, because he's moving out of range, and that's kind of evident that's what he would do. But, you know, par for the course.
Yep. Half of the course. It will then target Nishmiko because Nishmiko has fire. Good job tanking, Nishmiko. Here's your damage, sir. Can you do that damage for me? And do we get a second attack? We do. You can take that one too. And he's out of range of Willow's frickin' aura. So I can't even... Yep, it is what it is. Alright, Will-O-Wisp is done. Kamuzu, just see it wailing on Nishmiko. Green lightning slamming and cracking. Yeah, Witcher is
So-
a great franchise. Hopefully they do it justice.
That's my concern, is they're switching it, and they've had some debatable. I'm hoping they do it right. So he will draw his sword because he no longer actually has his torch. And then he'll move up.
Give me a second. I just want to check. Before you go, I just want to check on something to see how long this lasts. For 1 round. So it'll be until Willow's turn. Yeah, so that's fine. Yep.
And par for the course, miss.
Oh no, because...
It would have been a 25, but still it missed. Because he missed by 5.
Man, this thing is, something.
Dodgy, and I can't roll.
Well, the tree's on fire, so... At least we have that. And I rolled really well to set that tree on fire, so...
Hey!
Ooh, nice. So you're gonna do...
Personal
4 for the
antithesis,
personal
which
antithesis
is...
we figured out?
I thought it was 2 plus level. No.
I think it was 4. 2 plus half level.
2 plus half level. Yeah, so 4.
Nice.
And then he can attack one more time.
Oof, that really hurt it.
Not make it.
Not
But
quite.
he's not happy, so... Well, that's his turn.
Fair. Fair and reasonable. Willow will move
Hey, Silix. Welcome in, man.
up to it. We'll target it. We'll make an attack. Oof, just barely. Bring shield.
While you're doing that, I'm going to quickly talk to Lady, too. Lady, my only concern with Witcher is, like I said, they're doing different in that they're going to take away Ciri's abilities that they showed you in the first game, or before, it was the third game. And that will cause them to have similar issues to they have with other games where they took stuff away and that makes people angry because they're expecting it to be one thing, and if you don't do that, you immediately have problems, right? But quick sidetrack, we can focus now.
Yeah, so Nishimiko is going to activate Hist.
I've heard a few variants, Lady. You're welcome
Gonna
to
come to there.
mention the one you've heard. If it's the true one, definitely. I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Nice.
Oh. Yeah, I think it's not long for this world. There it is. Hist comes in, just swallows it whole. And as it's swallowed, the tree just catches
Yeah,
full
exactly,
of light,
Silix.
just like, "Oof,"
And they don't have the
and it's burning with. Sorry. You know.
All right, so the tree's burning.
Yeah. Trees burning with bright green light. Bright green flame. Green flame. But we dealt with the will-o-wisp. Bye-bye. And we can finish initiative. Sweet.
Wait. Item doesn't exist.
What item? What item were you looking for?
I don't know. It just popped up with that.
No, it's alright. Oops. Okay, so will-o-wisp dead. Well, that was unnatural. It looks like that tree's gonna burn a while.
Do we want to set up camp here? We have firewood already.
I mean, it's only been about an hour. We'd be wasting a whole day. We really need to be getting back.
Be all cranky, Willow. Your attitude is as solid as your steel plate and as cold. Maybe I'll warm it up for you a bit later.
I'll warm you up some death soup just for you. Alright, and with that, we can move forward. So it looks like the passage of the young and whatever took them leads up a incline, and there seems to be a broken hill up ahead. It looks like the broken hill has a great amount of rubble that is lining the gap in it, and the rest of the hill is about 20 feet up. You could potentially climb it, but looks the easiest approach. However, is amassed with rubble across the whole surface.
Fun. So, do we want to lead the way up the hill, or should someone else?
I'm happy to go. All right. Not sure how stable those rocks are. Looks like quite a bit of rubble. She's gonna make.
That's all right. They're about as stable as
calls
your
over
emotions.
Nashnika. He will make a survival check to see if he thinks that there could be a problem. He says, I think that that problem may indeed prove to be a problem. There is a safe path. If you tread closely behind me and lead the way. And he will make sort of a strange kind of doubling back kind of path. You can easily follow it. Kamuzu's going to have the most trouble because he's a large creature. So the others can pretty much follow in his wake. Nshmiko will look back and say this and say that perhaps Kamuzu should go last in case he does fall and then lands on someone else. Everyone else can just follow Nshmiko in his tracks. Just because Kamuzu is large. So I'm gonna just have Kamuzu roll a survival check. See if he can get through safely. Otherwise, you could potentially try an athletics to jump over and acrobatics to whatever is easier of those three. Oh, he easily jumps over, clears it. He lands and he hears a cracking. As a falling tree starts to fall. It sort of goes this way. So, Nazaru, Nshmiko, and Hist, I need you to make that reflex save. Of course. Get a success, and a critical success, and a failure. So here's the damage.
Did you say Nazaru or did you say Kazumu?
I said Nazaru, Nshmiko, and Hist.
I did Kazumu, not Nazaru. I need to do Nazaru. This is different. My bad. I got the wrong name.
Okay.
There you go.
So he succeeds now, so he'll take half. Hist will take none, and Nshmiko will take half. Still 17 points of damage as this tree smashes down. And as it smashes down, you hear a far off on the wind.
No like.
What was that?
It sounded like a voice to me, laughing.
Well, very well spotted. It's not really what I meant, but all right. You can see coming up, there is a path that emerges in this forest, and it seems to be leading up to some mostly ruined buildings. You see half intact stone walls coming up. They seem to be maybe of a farmhouse, something like that. There's a few outbuildings and such coming up, but it is time for us to take our break. So
Yes.
when we come back, we will be approaching the farmhouse and that strange voice that we heard laughing on the wind. Hope that you are having a good time. We'll be back in a few minutes with the second half. We'll see you soon. Stay tuned.
See you guys in a minute. 5 minutes.
It's good to be here with you all. Thank you very much for tuning in. We are playing our lovely characters here in the world of Eòlas, following a beaten path through. In the middle of this forlorn forest, we find an overgrown, abandoned farmstead. In ruins, a lot of stone buildings that have collapsed walls, some of them still intact. And the first thing that you will notice as you approach this farmstead is a plume of smoke that is issuing from one of the buildings. And what I should do, probably, what would have been good to do earlier, but you know, life and stuff. Basic wall. So what we should do is draw that, draw that, draw that. Just a couple to block vision, because we don't necessarily know what's in there at the moment. So I'm just going to draw some walls in here while we describe things. So you see a plume of smoke issuing from one of the buildings. I'll indicate that in a moment. And there is a delicious aroma that is issuing from said smoke, from said building, that is pervading the entire area. It smells absolutely glorious. I'll do. You also notice that there is an intact working cart just here that seems to be laden with boxes and barrels. You see a well, and you see a lot of gossamer thread. A lot of gossamer thread. And you see cocoons of spider eggs, and you see hoisted up spider young who are not babies, that have been tied up in their own webbing and restrained and suffocated by the looks, or suffocating in their own webs that are hanging from various locations here. And you see scarecrows that look to be quite old, worn, pecked. You even see a crow or two perching on them because they're not so scary anymore after all these years. Otherwise, it looks like an overgrown farmstead that's half ruined. That is the situation that you have come upon.
Sounds like fun. So, spider...
Sure, let's use that word.
Nushmiko, I believe you were the most skilled in this task. Where's the individual we're dealing with?
It looks to me that someone is hoisting these bodies, feeding upon them. Do not know what would do such a thing. But
on
seems
spiders.
barbaric to me.
Yes.
A few other things that you will note. Flits of tiny movement catch your eyes from time to time as you approach and as you discuss the situation. And not super frequently, but every now and then, out of the corner of your eye, darting in and out of cover, are rats. Many rats. Not all together, not in a swarm, but you see at least 10 rats every minute or so darting in and out of various locations individually. So there might be one over here, there might be one over there, there might be one over there, and they just seem to randomly emerge, flit from cover to cover, and disappear once more.
Disturbing.
You also notice that the smoke that is issuing from the building, which I will indicate now, this building, has a slight green tint to it.
I don't know, man.
Make of that what you will.
Should have got a cat. Yeah, exactly, lady.
Half ruined and full of funnel webs and red bats. Yes, that would be amusing. Come to Australia, you might accidentally get yourself killed.
Right.
All right. Yeah. So this is fine. This is fine.
Pretty much.
And then Shmiko's like,
There does not seem to be many places to hide. Perhaps in one of these buildings or something nearby. There is definitely some smoke coming from that building, and what is that delicious smell?
Maybe it's a spider kebab for you. What do you think? Maybe a witch's brew, with how disgusting this place is.
well, you smell like onion, garlic, herbs and spices on the smoke.
Muzar remembers a recent cauldron we had and is not very happy about the idea of another cauldron that is, you know, debatable. Wasn't that long ago?
I mean,
we had
the
another cauldron.
last cauldron smelt like, well, the worst thing that you've ever
Right.
smelt. So
But-
this is a pleasant.
Comparatively, it's pleasant, but he's a bit worried about it.
Fair enough. So Nishminko's
I mean,
not
he's a
totally
monster
sure. He
hunter.
will make a survival check. Wow. He looks around and he goes,
If I was to guess, I would say that there's probably something in the well.
with a 30 on the dice.
But what or who would lie in wait in a well? I do not know.
Surely someone evil. Oh, come now. Let's just move in and see what we can do. Fine. Nishmiko, why don't you and your bird
one
brain
last
move
thing.
in as well?
Yes, one last thing as we do start to move in. You do notice that the smoke that's coming from that building is not the most obscuring thing that you can see. In fact, this whole little grove or area seems to obscure the sun, seems to be covered in a thick sort of reddish green mist. Sort of seems to wisp around the buildings and obscure the sun from being able to shine directly into the area, despite the fact that there's otherwise a clearing. The size of some of these maps? What do you mean? Is this not realistic?
Context. She just answered you.
Oh, yeah, Path of Exile maps. Right, yeah.
That's why I
They
said
are
context.
huge. They are massive. Yeah. All right. So. Yeah, Nashmiko will take Hist with him. That delicious scent. Oh, it is glorious. Seems to be coming from this building right here where the smoke is issuing.
Well, why don't you go in there and taste it then? I'm gonna stay on alert. Nishmiko, I'll be with you if you wish to do as he says, but I would say investigate where you feel is most prominent and important. Whatever.
Something gotten into him. It seems that his patience is been growing thin and his tongue has been ever sharper last couple of days.
Well, I mean, beast hunter and all that. Maybe he's too eager for more blood.
We will see.
All right, and he will move up towards this building. And he'll peer in and he'll say,
Hey, Azaru, guess what? I see a cauldron.
Great. And is it bubbling over looking like it's gonna explode and burn us all to death? Lizard?
Funnily enough, no. Why don't you come and throw yourself into it?
Because then I'd make it taste decent for a nasty lizard like you.
Who says you don't taste decent now?
Well, you wanna eat the dwarf too, is that what you're saying? Or you prefer a horse? I'm not a horse, I'm a centaur. We are very different.
all right, can everyone make me perception checks as we
Sure.
get through here, please?
I'm sure nothing bad could ever happen, and I'm sure I can roll exceptionally well on everybody. You may roll for your characters, or you got it?
Yes, please. Just, stuffing my face full of food. Ha! Alright. So, Nishimiko and Kamuzu have noticed as they are approaching this building, rats are not the only movement. In fact, in the corner of your eyes, you see something terrifying. This scarecrow here, its head was facing one way just before. And then you took a couple of steps towards the building and you look at it again and its head is no longer facing the way it was. In fact, it's facing right towards you. And as you notice this, you see bright lights, green fire, green flame emerging from the two spots in its pumpkin head. It starts to move with violent precision. And I think that would be a good time to roll initiative.
You want all four of the scarecrows on or not? There you go. Do we know that they're attacking or
Done,
not?
sir. Well, they're moving and they're acting violently, so yes. Looks like Kamuzu is the first to act, as he's one of the ones that sees this. Corner of his eye. It's like
The foul things are possessed. Strike them down in the name of Horus.
man. Oh, you got your second hit. Nice.
Yep.
Damage. Strike it with your Krupesh, slashing away some of it. Nishimiko, also one of the ones that spotted what was going on. Let's have a look at his line of sight. He says, I see another one beyond that building over there. Because there is a sort of line of vision. This hedge is not complete. So you can sort of see it through there. But for now, he's going to order Hist to move here. And making a single attack. With his Talon. Because Hist does not think that it's a wise plan to bite wood and straw. Try and strike it with its claws instead. Does not manage to do that, unfortunately, because we rolled super low. Okay, some scarecrows. Its turn, in fact. Kamuzu, you're right next to it, and you're the one that hit it. So it's going to make a claw attack against you. Strike. Nope. It will then make an intimidation check against you. as it sort
Can
of
it fail?
as
really
green
like it.
flame spurts out of its eyes. And does that pass? But also
Against will?
try
No.
to make an intimidation against Hist. Hist has a... So, demoralize. Let's just double check it. So, yeah, only frightened one on if they succeed, which they haven't succeeded on either. So yours is 13. So yeah, you've got one. You've got
Yeah.
one more than they rolled. So you just scrape that by. But they're trying to be scary. The one that Hist saw is
I've
going
been traveling
to...
with Nazaru. You call that scary?
Going to move 25. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Targeting Nishmiko with a strike. Takes 11 points of damage. And then next Scarecrow. What have I done? Oh, that was that. Alright, what I'll do is I'll just do this. This one will move down. It will target Nazaru with a intimidation check first. That will scare him. Frightened 1. So just...
Great.
So, frightened. Yep, you've got that there. And then a claw attack. Which hits. Or that many. And then Nazaru, you get to go.
Great.
Actually, yeah, no, Willow has not gone, so she cannot do the thing.
Yep. Since it's right there, he's gonna do that.
Fair enough.
$26.
Nice.
Probably a success.
So you
Is
can
it a critical success or
determine-
just a success?
normal success.
Okay. Weak to
Yeah,
fire.
normal success.
5.
But you know that it's weak to fire. Yeah. And it's immune to a whole bunch of things because it's a construct.
Yeah.
And constructs are immune to a whole bunch of things.
It's a magical
Bleed,
construct, so
death effects,
don't try a lot of
disease,
things.
doomed, drained, fatigued, healing, non-lethal attacks, paralyzed, poisoned, sickened, spirit, unconscious, vitality, void. Nice, that's good amount of damage. So,
Hmm.
nope.
Yeah, he's gonna go defensive.
Good plan. And then at the end of his turn, frighten decreases by 1.
Yep. There you go.
And then the final scarecrow is going to come around from here and approach Hist. Hist is getting unlucky today with his positioning and such, but luckily enough, creature rolled badly.
Yay!
Does she want to be
Thanks
closer
for
to
being here, Silix.
Nishmiko or
Get some rest, man.
closer to
Get feeling
Nazar?
better.
What she's going to do is she's going to say this. She's going to say, I could, given that you have been talking back quite a lot, decide to leave you on your lonesome, Nazara, but you know what? I'm a bigger person than that. I think you need to tame that temper of yours. Just like we're gonna tame these bloody scarecrows.
Tame, obliterate. I love how she has to crit to do his level of damage. Just because of all his stupid modifiers to damage.
That's his whole thing.
Oh, I know. That's the thing. It's crazy.
His
That's
whole
what I'm
thing is
saying.
damage.
Like, just
Her whole thing
How
is
much-
defense.
damage. Nice.
Ooh, what happens on a critical success?
You get an extra 40 points.
That'd be amazing. Inspiring martial stance. So, inspiring martial stance. Success. Nothing extra. But it's all good. That's her turn. She hasn't raised a shield because she wants to be encouraging. Kamuzu? Thanks for being here, Silex. Appreciate you. Sleep well, buddy. Ooh. Nice. Nice. So I'll apply that damage. So it was
Nice.
22 there and 10 there. Yeah, very, very good. Nishmiko's turn. He will order Hist to attack that one. Bring that one down.
Yep. Kazuma was going to go
And we'll move.
assist Nishmiko, but he's like,
It's
nah, we better get this
there.
one down.
And then Nishmiko, with his actions, is going to target this scarecrow And he's going to do something that he hasn't done yet. I'll try and grab it. So, Fortitude DC. Yeah, not quite, unfortunately. Then we've got one last action. So he's going to cast Protect Companion. Boom. Hey, Scarecrow. So it is that one. It is going to continue to attack Noshmiko. Why wouldn't it? It's going to attempt a Haunting Assault, making 2 Claw Strikes and then a Demoralize.
Fun.
So, Claw. Claw. Demoralize. Athletics. Intimidation. That'll work. So Noshmiko will be frightened. And then it will do another final attack. Because that was only 2 actions to do all of those things. Oh. Alright. Scarecrow that died, it can be removed. Next Scarecrow. It's got 2 things there. We're gonna roll D2. It's gonna be 1 for Willow, 2 for Nazaro. Attacks Nazaro. Making a claw. It'll be Haunting Assault as well. Miss. Miss. Intimidation. Probably is gonna work. And final miss. Nazaro, you will be frightened 1.
Yay. Because why not? He likes being
Why not?
fearful. At least he hits.
Sure does.
Oh, and does only 23 damage.
Boom. Kills that one.
Wait, you probably would have to go here because there's a wall there.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. With his new vantage point, he sees that this cauldron has legs. It seems to be starting to stand up on them.
Oh, he's already saying he's gonna have to kill it, just like the last one. He just will nudge Nishmiko and say, maybe you should listen to me more often, lizard.
Perhaps if you didn't call me lizard all the time, I might.
Well, I mean, I called him Bird Brain. Should I call you Bird Brain? Or do you not have a bird brain like he does? You are a lizard, right?
Move here. And he's going to make a Haunting Assault. 2 Claw Strikes and a Demoralize. Claw Strike 1.
Okay, hold on. Does it have to be someone
Claw
else?
Strike
Or
2.
hold on.
Demoralize is not going to work anyway, because you're already demoralized. Willow. Willow. He's going to go 5, 10, yeah, can make it to 20. Maybe here. Oh, there's another one there, isn't there? There's one, this one. So we'll go in here. We'll target that one with a striking flail. We'll hit. We'll do 8 points. Yeah, I'm not sure where your 12 is coming from there, Desire. I think we need to look at those calculations again.
Yep.
I think that they're wrong.
I'm going to rebuild them, I think, too. And the module that should help with things, but it's not working right.
Because you should have the resistance, which is 5, and then you should have his strength, which is 4. So 9. 9 makes sense, but any more than that.
Yeah, no, we'll
Although the
look into
implement
it.
thing might give another 2. But yeah, have a look. Willow has come in, she's struck, and she will raise her shield. Raise a shield. It might be
implement
right. It
empowerment.
just feels.
When you're holding a weapon, you can trace a magic symbol, causing it to deal an additional 2 additional damage per weapon die. That's where it comes in. Implements empowerment.
So it's 4. Yeah. Alright, all good.
So it's legit. I was with you trying to figure out where it was coming from, how it worked. So now we know. That's what matters.
No.
It's important. All right.
I mean, they are meant to be damage dealers. So,
Definitely that.
marshals,
I really do
damage
think,
dealers.
like, playing with him makes me more think that he is the right class for the Witcher class, if you wanted to make a Witcher. Like, they truly do feel like beast slayers. Because, like, he can use his sword and do, you know, the silver sword damage, right? Boy, vulnerability, go right through.
Yep. Kamuzu?
Oh, wow. There we go.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Not long for this world.
That was a big hit. He still hit.
And
Almost a
another
crit.
one.
Well, apparently he's rolling pretty good now, finally.
Yeah. It's very, very,
Did you do
very
the 12?
nice.
Yeah, 24 and 12, so that's 36 damage this turn. That's solid.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Blind both. It's very solid. Nashmiko will try to grab again. He would not be frightened anymore. So we are going to make an athletics check. There we go. So he's going to grab it. And then I have a special feature that I'm not going to use, but I'll just mention it. So something that it has is elbow breaker. So he can make an against a creature that he has grabbed or restrained, he can make a unarmed attack for a single action, and if he succeeds, he disarms as well as making the attack. And if he critically succeeds, he knocks an item out of the creature's hands, just as you would for a disarm. So he gets disarm and attack for one action. But this thing has claws, so it's not really going to affect it. So he's not going to do that, but he's got it grabbed. And he will... You know what? We'll do that anyway. We'll do it anyway. So we'll do an elbow breaker. We're going to make a claw strike. It is a map. We still hit. So there's the damage of the claw. You weaken your target's grasp on the item. Yeah, it's only a disarm. So yeah, it just takes that damage. Which is still damage. Any damage is good damage. He's got it grabbed, and he'll take a... action to continue his Protect Companion. So that will have worn off. So, and making him do attacks is just going to be at like such low chance that it's not really worth it now. So we have Scarecrow, who is grabbed. He's going to try to hit Nashmiko with a Haunting Assault. Miss. Hit. And Intimidation. Oh. So that's just going to be frightened again, but he takes 10 points of damage. Boop. This is a fearsome battle. Zara. You see that this one's nearly dead.
Yeah, he's going to turn and slash
Taking
at
the
that
lion's
one.
share of the damage there. Ganging up is always a good plan. Nice, you hit it. Only because of the flank too. Every +1 matters. Every +1 matters.
26 is pretty good too.
14 +4.
Then he's going to turn back to the other one.
+4.
Ooh, strike that one too. Phoom.
Doop.
You know what? He's gonna
Consistent and deadly.
beg that the map won't mess him over, but he is really not happy with these things. Wait, no! I untargeted him on accident. Oh, that'll hit.
It'll hit.
Yeah, that just checked. That's why I said it'll hit.
So it'll
I was
probably
going to
die.
do something else, so I was unselecting him so I didn't accidentally, and then I was like, wait, no, I do want to. Ooh, low damage. He rolled 2 2s.
Yeah, still dead.
No. Think about it. He rolled 2 2s and got 16. It's absurd. These are the damage
Yeah, so
dealers.
4. And then it's 4
Plus
for
12.
strength.
It's 4
for
implementation,
implement,
3
4
strength, 5 for his exploit vulnerability.
weakness, yeah.
So yeah, that's at a plus 12.
Alright.
That is
with that-
absurd.
With that, the cauldron
Oh, you ended the
Well-
encounter?
Yeah, we're done. That's
Okay.
all of them. Cauldron is going to drop onto its bottom, and you will not see its legs anymore. It saw what you did, and it's not having it. It's not having it. Just like, you see nothing. You see nothing. Okay.
Nuzara's gonna head for
Sir.
it with his blade out, like he's gonna kill it. He's gonna have some murderous look in his eyes, heading right for that cauldron. So unless someone says or does something, he's gonna go in and kill the thing. He saw it have legs.
Yes, he did. Miko will not say anything. It's like,
He's got rage like a barbarian, this one. Somehow against everything that can produce food, yes.
Looks back at him. Does that mean I should kill you since you can acquire food as well?
You can certainly try.
28 against the cauldron. That's crit. Success. So he knows it is a construct and it uses its lid to attack and it can swallow things and grab things, and so he's like, this is a
it can't
nasty
swallow
foul
you
construct. Kill it.
because you are not. Yeah, you need to be small or smaller for it to swallow.
Right.
So it can't swallow you, but it can swallow small things.
He's like, help me kill this foul thing.
Yeah, you can. I don't know that you need help. Roll your damage, sir. Let's see it. Alright, so this is what it does. Boom. Oh, Nazaru. I think it's dead. You are muted, sir. You are muted. I still cannot hear you. What's going on? What is going on? Yeah, I don't hear you, DM. I'm sorry.
So he comes back out and is like,
You...
that's what we do with beasts. Anyone else here a beast that needs to be slain? Using that kind of an effect.
Okay. You hear a voice echoing out of the well, and it says, "Did you spoil my dinner?"
I kill monsters. Are you a monster? Come out and I'll kill you too.
He says, "I
am Lestat Baku. And I know you, Nazaru.
Nazaru? It's been a little while. It's been a little while. So, tell me about your training a little bit.
He worked with the town, same as Skewer. Showed good promise and joined them right away and has been hunting beasts ever since. He is through and through a beast hunter of... I'm forgetting the town name right now. Briarbridge. Yeah, he is a proud member of Briarbridge militia and thrives and enjoys beast slaying. Probably a bit too much. But he was picked for the mission because he's kind of good at killing beasts, which is kind of what they needed to make sure was able to be done with people being sent into the forest of beasts.
All right. So you remember, Nazaru, that you and your fellow trainees had regular forays against each other in friendly competition. Sometimes the friendly competition got out of hand, but that's beside the point. One of your competitors, one of your unit that was being trained at the same time as you, that always either beat you or drew with you, was Lestat Baku. He was the son of a farmer, a farming family, and the farming family, you remember meeting his mum and dad, actually. And his mum made the most delicious stews. In fact, they employed her as the cook for your unit and the rest of the regiments around, because she was an excellent cook. And so you remember her, and you remember Lestat, and you remember that he drew or beat you on several of these friendly bouts. He was always fair. He never tried trickery. He always beat you fairly or drew with you fairly. And you remember that about him. And you remember a little bit about the Baku family.
Where did he go after training?
He disappeared one day.
Perfect.
When
Show yourself, traitor.
there was a monster incursion from the forest. No, there was a monster incursion from the forest, and he...
Well, he's not dead, obviously.
He didn't come back.
He didn't come back, therefore traitor. Nazaru is not exactly a very, it's kind of his thought pattern. That's all he has.
Fine.
Basically, 1 + 1 = 2 to him.
Way.
So, you didn't come back. You're still alive. That means you're a traitor. He's a hot-headed orc. I mean, come on.
He says,
he's an orc.
he says, I took more of them than you did that day. Eat your words.
You can't eat words, but you sure can slay beasts and eat their gizzards. Show yourself and we'll feast on yours, fool. Of course, Nishmiko, Willow, or
flash of,
Kazuma could say something.
I mean, they're just like looking at Nazaru. I mean,
Who?
shaking their heads, just being like, "This guy is really something." He's like, what?
I mean, he's an orc thaumaturge. He's an orc beast slayer. That's exactly what he does. That is who he is. That is his full identity.
So you see a plume of green smoke emerging from the
Oh, now you're farting?
From the
You
well.
Disgusting.
and you see a figure concealed in the smoke. Unable to make out his features properly. But it looks like
You got
a
ugly.
humanoid figure. You can't even see him.
Doesn't have to. It's his attitude is ugly.
Hangs
This is
in the
coming
air.
from an orc. How beautiful do orcs look?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, you calling that looking pretty? You see his picture. You see Nazaru's picture.
He says, Nazaru, when did you become so bloodthirsty?
Those who are not strong, they will all die.
And so will you one day. We will all die one day. He says, you can call me betrayer. You can call me whatever else, whatever other words come into your head. It does not matter. I am Lestat Bakyu. And once upon a time, I was your friend.
You betrayed that friendship. You betrayed.
No, Nazaru, I think
everyone.
you'll find that that was you when you decided just now that I am the traitor.
Did you return to your duty?
Come then,
No.
let's have our little bout, just as we once did, you and I. Relive those glory days.
You'll move up to combat. But
I don't mean to, interrupt your little, forlorn romance here, boys, but, you just finished saying that you don't have time for anything, like, venturing off, fighting things, and then, for no good reason, as far as I can tell, you suddenly want to stay and have a friendly bout with some old unit mate of yours or something?
No, I'm not gonna have a friendly bout.
Something tells
What
me
kind of nature would fart green stench into the air and pollute the good forest? A beast needs to be put down like a rabid dog.
good forest. You seem to have just caught an illusion or something. Have you even been with us for the last 4 days? Good forest, seriously.
Yeah, some good meat back there. Trees don't seem bad.
What are the rules of this little bout you gonna have? Am I allowed to help you, or am I just gonna walk away?
Oh yeah, no, we can all kill him. I don't care. We can all kill him.
He's your friend.
No, he's not.
What the hell,
He's a
man?
betrayer. He never came back to serve his duty. Therefore, he's a traitor. Have you ever seen him on duty? Have you ever seen him take up patrols? Have you ever seen him defend our town?
She says, well, fewer times than I've seen you, which is not that many.
But you have seen me, and you've seen me exit town on duty.
And I've seen you go charging into some sort of forlorn battle for no goddamn reason. I don't know what to think.
What do you want to do with
Muzo,
him?
what do you
want to go
make
give
of
him a
this?
hug? Just there like, I have no idea.
So,
He's going to roll this to kind of look at character and see if he is following the tenets of Eòlas or style, or if he is foe to them.
this Lestat?
Yeah.
You mean Lestat? He's concealed a little bit in smoke. That's okay though.
I mean, I think what he would try to do is basically seek some way to identify what the right choice here would be.
So you see effectively a man, surrounded by greenish smoke. Hard to make out exactly. He is wearing robes. They look worn and not really like fighter or warrior garb. This is just like tattered robes.
He is going to step up and touch Nishimiku and be like, what do you think we should do, friend?
I think that fighting seems unnecessary right now. Is it him who has taken these young? Do we even know that?
I mean,
What
not necessarily.
what
Probably
would he
should
be
find that
doing
out.
with them?
Kazuma will point around at all that gossamer thread that we've seen around. Looks like he may
Yeah,
have.
certainly a lot of it here. We could return the young. We could cut them down and return them. Are they alive? He pokes one. He's going to make a check as well when he pokes one.
Yep.
He'll make a medicine check.
Wow, yeah, no, he knows. Crit.
Nishimiko freezes again. He turns back and he whispers into Kamuzu's ear. It's like, Kamuzu, that's about to be a vampire spawn.
Oh, that's disgusting.
And with that, I think we either roll initiative or we call it an early night. What do we think?
Up
It
to you
is
as well.
10 past, nearly quarter past.
Mm-hmm. How long do you think this combat will take? Because I believe you said you
With
couldn't
Nazara
do next
around?
week, right? Nazara's right up front.
We have one more week. We have one more
Okay.
week. I have next Friday is
So you
my
can do
last
next
session
week.
that I'm doing of anything. I can
Okay.
do next week.
So
But it should be the last session. This would be a good, like, reveal of some of the things in the forest and a good way to finish, like,
yeah.
this section of the campaign out, because after this we get home.
Right.
So, either way, like, the final session could be this fight and the end, or it could be this fight today and we do the end next week. Just sort of depends if you want action or whatever. Like, we've succeeded effectively.
Yeah.
This is our as far as I'm concerned.
I'm good
this is
either
our
way.
last
That's why I was asking you.
stumbling
Because, yeah, I don't know time-wise how long you think he's gonna take.
I feel like it would be better to start fresh
Okay.
next week, because it's gonna be a pretty decent battle, I would imagine. We're potentially, like, metagaming a little bit. Our characters don't know this, but potentially there could be multiple vampire spawns spawning. It's going to be a complete random chance on the die if that happens or not. And if it happens, it gets to be a ramping difficulty battle. At the moment,
Yeah.
it's well within our capabilities, but if things go badly and things start spawning, it's going to get ugly very quickly.
Right.
And again, our characters don't really know that. I think
No, but
it
this
would be
is
better
a
to do it
DM
fresh.
call.
Yeah,
So, yeah, no, I'm good with that then.
yeah. I think it's a next week thing. It will be a final battle, and then we get home, and then we can do all of the narrative stuff. With having revealed, obviously, we've revealed that there's a vampire here, and that there might be more vampires coming, which is an ongoing threat in the full-on forest. We just didn't know that we would come upon them. I thought it would be fun to show that here. So, hopefully we've had a good session. Hopefully it's been fun. I've had a good time. But yeah, I think we'll finish up as far as action goes here with this with this development, as Nishimiko whispers to Kamuzu, that's just about a vampire spawn. That's a really great point to be tune in next time to see what happens, how this goes down. And we will have our final session next week, folks. Is there any feedback you want to give? Anything system-wise?
No, that's great.
Or
we
anything
definitely
else,
had to build these characters as well as we did, or we would be failing miserably. This has been a good of this as intended, and how you have to kind of focus on almost power gaming a little bit, or you don't succeed. We've been following the rules as written, and it's been pretty brutal.
Yeah.
And this party,
it's been good. It's been fun.
Tactically is much stronger than the other one.
Oh. Reams. They're worlds apart. Yes, they have their weaknesses still, but...
So that just shows us how much
See you later, Blue Dragon. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it.
I think he's saying bye to us because we said we're wrapping up.
Yeah. We are wrapping up. We're taking the long route, the scenic route to wrapping up.
Yep.
Thank you, Silverwolf. I'm glad that you are having fun and enjoying the story. That's what we're here for. Hopefully these characters have been fun to get to know. They've certainly added some sass to our Eòlas sessions between them, which has been fun.
Well, you get a dwarf and an orc in a party, right?
Let's see who all is out and about. We do have the lollygaggers, so let's go and share the love. Yeah. Swords of the Serpentine, the Tides That Bind. Sounds awesome.
Thank you all for being here. Join us next week for the last session of Eòlas for this year. And this Saturday for the last Cyberpunk session of the year. Matt is going to be ducking out of tabletop games for a couple weeks or for about a month to recoup. And we'll be doing some other stuff. And then we will pick back up and continue.
Yep.
Because you said Cyberpunk you needed
Saturday night for some... Yeah, so this Cyberpunk week, it'll be my last, but feel free to do one with the other guys if they want to, that's fine. But it'll be my last this week, and the Eòlas will be my last RPG session for the year next week. But I'll be doing other things. Keep tuned for other things, music streams, gaming streams, whatever else happens. But yes. Put us on the ending screen.
Enjoy the story. We'll see you guys next time.